Hi, I am back with another apology. I already pre-shuffled the deck. I didn't go over anything, but I already, I just, cards popped out while I was trying to get the phone together. But I see, used and then discarded. So people are used to, using you and then discarding you. Like, this is their method. Like, let me go in and get what I need because I need something right now. And then when they don't need shit no more, or when they back good, they discard you. Rather, one second. Rather they notice or not, rather they doing this purposely or not. Like, some people are doing this purposely. Like, I'm about to get what I want, and then it's fuck them bitches. I don't like them motherfuckers anyway. I'm about to just go get what the fuck I need, and it's fuck them. Some of them, they just doing it because they don't know. They like, damn, I know I can call such and such. They always there when I need them. Let me call them and get what I need. And then after, when they get what they need, they just go back about their life because they used to you not saying shit, and they feel like you just that person. And it could be both. You get what I'm saying? But they wanted to, and some people like literally wanted to trash you emotionally, or wanted you to feel like trash emotionally. They wanted you to feel like trash. They wanted you to feel like you was being thrown away. They wanted you to devalue yourself and feel devalued with them and others. But they wanted you to be slow to catching on to this shit. But every time you do catch on to this shit, like how you see this person's shadow in the hand in the back, and it's like you catching on, so you walking away, and then the person coming back, but it's like the shadow trying to grab you back too. Some of these people may be under some sort of possession, but then some of these people, they want to be under possession. Like, they want to still do this shit. They can break apart just like you break apart from your demons. Like, you might know you're doing fucked up shit or shit that you shouldn't be doing, and you break apart from that shit. They can know that that's one of the demons that they got, that they always trying to devalue motherfuckers. And instead of them trying to walk away from it, like how you walking away from that energy because you don't like it, they feeding into that energy. They like that shit. It's funny to them. And they used to offering you fake apologies. They used to you coming back. They used to being able to manipulate you with guilt. They used to being able to come back even without offering you no real change. They always gaslight you, and you always accept them back again. And every time, the apology has always been fake, whether you know this or not. Um, they wanted you to feel like, they wanted you to be in this energy where you felt like you never meant enough to nobody, like never meant enough to them and others around you. Like, you might have knew you would never meant enough to them, or but you still love them, so you would still just deal with their fake ass shit. But you didn't know that they was putting projections on your life that were other motherfuckers, where you would feel like you don't mean shit to your job, or you don't mean shit to your children, or you don't mean shit to just other shit in your life. You know, they don't want you to feel like you meant shit to anything. Like, even if you wanted to start careers, you could have wanted to start business. They wanted you to feel like you not enough, you not shit, devalue your own self, um, deal with this emotional guilt, deal with fucking fake ass apologies, allow us back in your life, and keep continuing like you not shit, keep continuing like you. They wanted you to feel like you was invisible, you was unseen, like you unheard, you was rejected or misunderstood or unchosen. Like, they could know that you were chosen one, or like you chosen, like you stand out in a crowd. Every time you stand out in a crowd, but they'll come in and they trying to swoop and take the shine. You could probably peep it, but you don't want to say that because you love these people. Um, but that's what they were doing, and they wanted you to feel like you was not a chosen person, or you was nothing, or some shit like. But you don't feel like that. You could have felt like that in the past because it's showing up. But now you starting to release that shit. You starting to reject that energy, and you starting to feel like you know you enough. Like, even if you felt like this in the past and then you lost it for a couple of months, you going back into the energy of knowing like, I am enough. I might not mean enough to you bitches, but I'm enough. And other motherfuckers will see that. And when the other motherfuckers see that, they're gonna want to act like they want to give you some sort of fake apology, and you're gonna discard their ass. You get what I'm saying? And then they're gonna feel devalued and thrown away. They're gonna feel like trash. They're gonna feel like you gaslighting them, or you offering them some sort of fake apology, but you're not even gonna offer them shit. Or they might, I don't know. I'm gonna just keep going because my throat is getting dry. As soon as I started, they wanted you to feel like you burned a bridge with them, so you can offer them apologies so you can feel guilty, so you can overdo it, so you can feel more than enough, and they was gonna still always make you feel like you wasn't shit. And then they'll just discard you. So they always wanted you to feel like you burnt that bridge. They always wanted you to feel like it was your fault or it was something that you did. They always wanted you to feel like that. They wanted you to feel like every time they left that they wasn't coming back unless you did some shit that was like un- unbelievable or some shit like that. But now they starting to feel like they burnt the bridge, like they know they burnt the bridge and they know they can't come back. They know that this is the final goodbye. You get what I'm saying? They starting to feel that and know that. They used to be feeling like all of your business was like the tea. Rather they told this to other people or rather they just pondered on it and thought about it like, damn, such and such going through this, da da da, or like, damn. Like they just always felt like your business was the tea, or they always felt like you was dramified, or you was just doing too much. Like they just always wanted you to feel like that, and now they're starting to feel like it's they ass, or like they just whatever tea they had on you, they felt like it was hot. That shit getting cold. Motherfuckers ain't giving a fuck. Motherfuckers ain't paying attention to it. You're not there. Like it's just irrelevant if they keep talking about you, because you're not even there. You're walking away like you're. They feel like you being cold. Like they felt like the tea was always hot when you was always coming to sit down at their table and spill your tea to them and tell you shit. They wouldn't be telling you shit. They always feel like, oh yeah, just so they could talk and manifest bullshit into your life. But now that that you walked away and you're not in their life, they can't talk shit and manifest bullshit into your life. They don't know what the fuck you doing. They starting to feel like they cup getting cold. They want to reheat. They want to come back and get some more information. They want to fake apologize so they can use you and discard you again, because they get energy off of doing that shit. Because what the fuck? Because they low lives. Um, yeah, that just scared me. They could be trying to listen in to the shit that you're doing. They could be wanting you to get caught off guard. They could be wanting you to shut the fuck up, get stopped in your tracks. They could be trying to like, they want a tracker on you or some shit. Like I don't know. Like I'm getting all types of different energies from that shit. But I'm gonna keep on going. Um, these people can't move on. They stuck in a loop. They missing you. They haven't got no closure, but they wanted you to feel like that. So it's coming out sideways because they still trying to avoid feeling like that. Still trying to run away from this shit. Still trying to just do hella shit and act like ain't nothing happened. But really, they can't move on, and they see that you moved on. This loop that they had you stuck in, or that they wanted you stuck in, or that you was stuck in, they see that you done moved out of this shit. You don't miss them, and you ain't looking to get no closure or give them no closure. Ain't no such. You don't give a fuck. They like, damn, they thought you was gonna always be looking for closure, and they thought you wasn't gonna be able to move on. They thought you was gonna be stuck in a loop, missing them. But that's not what's going on. That shit is slowly turning back onto them, but they trying to reject it. That's why it's coming out sideways, but it's going back to them. Um, Somebody can see that you are healed and you're not hooked on them. They can see that you're free from attachments. You done detached yourself. You done found clarity, and so they're trying to put that in the reverse. They're trying to put that in the reverse, but it's going to reverse on them. They're going to be looking like they're not healed. They're going to be looking like they obsessed with you, or just obsessed with just anything and everything. They on bullshit. They gonna feel like they trapped. They're gonna look delusional, like how they wanted you to look and feel. They're gonna be unclear about everything. They're not gonna know what choice to make, what to do. They're gonna be forgetful and all type of weird shit. They see that you seeing things clearly. They see that you crack some sort of illusion. They see that you are aware. They see that you are real as fuck, and that your eyes can really see real lies, and that you can really see real truth. And they thought they was gonna block that from you. And these people are starting to get like not see things clearly. They're starting to be feeling like they're in an illusion. They're starting to feel like they're not in the real world, because they was casting so many spells over you that you really was looking like you didn't know what the fuck was going on, and they was loving that shit. They start really feeling like that was their life. They done forgot who the fuck you really was, and now that you are coming back to who you are, coming back to reality, they starting to be like, what's going on here? Like, They're falling into a depression, a loop. Like it's like they about to have a manic episode. Like they rocking back and forth. They don't know what the fuck going on. They feeling trapped, but that's all of that shit going back to them. All of that shit blowing up in their face, cracking in their face, shattering in their face, like, and they angry, and they still thinking they holding on. They trying to still hold on to some sort of hope, probably, thinking that they still gonna fight for this shit, but it's already in a reverse. They can't fight for this shit. They can't fix this shit. You fixed it, but they not like you. They wanted you to feel like that nobody never showed up for you, or they could have told you that you never show up for them, or they wanted you to feel like you never showed up for them, so that way you could just overdo. But these people, they was absent in effort. They was emotionally unavailable. They wanted to keep you emotionally vulnerable. And it's like now you're done trying. But they wanted you to feel like, oh, since you did this and da-da-da, I'm done trying. I can't do this shit with you. Bye. But it's in reverse. They starting to feel like you're doing that to them. But you're not doing that to them. You're just genuinely over it because you're starting to see through their lies. You're starting to see through their manipulation and their fake apologies. And you know you enough. You just know that they can't see it. They hooked on an illusion. They hooked on seeing you in some sort of way, and hooked on seeing you like you never showing up for yourself or others, even though you do. For some reason, you had started to see that nothing was adding up. You started to see the inconsistency. You started to get suspicious. You started to have these gut feelings, like real gut feelings that something was going to happen or some shit like. And you figured it out. Now all of that shit that was coming to you, like I said, you see how you see this mail in reverse, like somebody wanted to give somebody some mail, they sent you something, like some sort of bad luck or some shit, and you returned that shit to them. And now they feeling like ain't nothing, this shit ain't adding up. Now they starting to feel like, what, this shit ain't adding up. And all of that shit going back to them. They starting to get these gut nasty feelings that something gonna happen, because it is, because they should never did that shit. We have the back and forth feelings and unstable affection that they were showing you in reverse. They're not able to do that shit to you no more, or make you feel that type of way anymore. Like, you're not going for that shit. You are moving on. And it's like you blocked a lot of these people, or you just like silenced a lot of the stuff, like silenced a lot of talking. Like, you might still be talking to some of these people, but you just silenced a lot of that. You're not doing too much. Like, these people looking like you probably used to talk so much that they looking at you like a mute, literally. Even though you're probably talking too much to them still, because when you open your mouth, you one word is 1,000 words. They like, damn, but still they feel like you talking too much and that you not talking too much at the same motherfucking time. They feel like that you moved on, but then they also feeling like you hiding feelings. Maybe you didn't move on. Maybe you just lying. They feeling like maybe you just fake calm. Maybe they feeling like maybe you still hurting from all the shit that they did to you. So maybe if they come in with this fake apology, it's gonna work, because you feel like you're not enough. Because you feel like they never showed up. So if they show up now and make you feel like you enough, you're gonna accept their fake apology. You're gonna be hooked on them, not healed. They think that you're not gonna see this real shit that's going on. They even though they know that nothing ain't gonna add up, they still gonna try to come in and do it, because they feel like you ain't gonna know that nothing ain't gonna add up. They gonna come in probably giving you the tea on their life, so you can get warmed up to them. Even though you know that they already burned this bridge, they hoping you forget about it. They want you to be going, they want you to go back to this back and forth energy. They want you to take them back so you can be in this back and forth energy with their ass again, back in the loop. But these people are really still hurting and hiding their feelings, and they're the ones that's really fake calm. They could be rehearsing what they're going to say to you. They got a script. They could be looking in the mirror about how they're going to make you feel like you're the blame, how they're going to make you feel guilty. They got a whole script that they rehearsing in their mind or in the mirror or something. but it's in reverse because whatever that they rehearsing, all of that shit is in the past. You're not going for that shit no more. And they're like, I should say this, I should say that, or if it go this way, if they say this what I'm gonna say, but it's not gonna work. It's only gonna backfire, and they gonna know that they to blame. They gonna feel that self blame. They gonna feel that guilt, and then that script just gonna keep repeating over and over in their head. They're gonna just keep trying to make it better, but it's never gonna work. They still feel like you always come back. Like I said, they still got this false ass hope, or they still got this fake hope. They still live in some fake ass reality, feeling like it's a door open. They feel like they left a door open because even though they always made you feel like some bridge was burned, they always felt like you was gonna try to cross it to fix it. But now you're not doing that no more. You closed the doors. You got used to this pain. Like, you're immune to it and you know it. You can recognize it. It's like you got pattern recognition. So they're not going to be able to come in and offer you some sort of false hope. And you're not going back to these motherfuckers. They think that. They can think that all day long. They could be even sending you spirits. Like, you see how this person got a spirit in the back? They want you to think about them so you can go back to them. But it's not going to work. Even that spirit going to get shut out. You're going to end up walking away. They could be dreaming of you, or you could still be like, they could still be trying to slip into your dreams. Like, you could have been having dreams about them heavy, and then it just started going away and fading. But now they starting to slip back in because it's sideways. They are trying to send you nostalgia, or trying to send you, like, they want you to be thinking of them. They want you to be, but this is their self. They're in the fantasy land. They're wishful thinking. They dreaming of you when they want you to dream of them. You could even be seeing yourself chasing these motherfuckers because now, like I said in another read, that I had dreams that motherfuckers was chasing me, but I didn't know who. You could be having dreams that now that you chasing these motherfuckers, but you don't know why. You could be thinking you chasing them because you want to love them now, but when you wake up, you're like, damn, I know I don't want to love these motherfuckers. That's because that's the energy that they want you to feel. But so you trying to run that shit down. You trying to hunt that shit down and get it the fuck up out of there. You block these motherfuckers and you feeling blessed. They feel like you in between. So they trying to break your boundaries because you went no contact and you didn't give them any closure. And they feel like you in between of this blocked and blessed. They feel like, yeah, whatever. So they gonna try to come back in. But like I said, excuse me, you done with the back and forth because I see the back and forth in reverse. You done with that shit. You're not doing no more back and forth. You're not being nobody's emotional punching bag, or nobody's emotional yo-yo. You're not being confused. If it don't make money, if it don't make sense, like some shit like that, like if it just don't feel right, used to being like, okay, this don't feel right, but maybe if I just do this, maybe if I just do that, maybe if I just be this, maybe if I just be that, it will all work out. Now you know, fuck that shit. Maybe if I just get the fuck on, then it'll all work out. You ain't going for that shit no more. You're not no longer confused. If you feel confused, it ain't motherfucking right, and that's how you going about this shit. Um, if I said anything that resonates, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, because this helps my pages grow and this helps me to stay consistent with dropping these messages for you guys. Okay? Thank you.